YouTube, how goes it? Here's the follow-up video, 30,000 mile follow-up video, and wanted to just kind of update you now that we've had the car for almost a year. It'll be a year in September, but wanted to just give y'all an update. I'll get after it. So overall, still very happy with the car. As you can see, I've got some paperwork here. We did have one warranty issue on the front driver's side suspension, which you're not gonna be able to see very well, but they did replace the strut. It started to rattle somewhere between the 10-15,000 mile mark. We noticed a pretty nasty rattling noise. Didn't impact the way that the car drove at all, but it did definitely make some noise and was something that needed to be looked at. So kind of the story behind this is I dropped it off to be serviced at the 15,000, asked them to take a look at it, and because I was in express lane, they couldn't really do much then. So I had to, at the 20,000 mile, I ended up having them know ahead of time to look at it. So they took it apart and took it apart, told me it was going to take time to get the parts in. This was probably 2 months ago. A few weeks went by, they had the parts in, I brought the car by, and they went to fix it. I had to drop it off for the day. They went to fix it, called me like 2 o'clock and told me the parts they had gotten in were for the left side. The box was right, but when they opened it, the parts were wrong. So had to come back up, pick up the car, and then I literally just dropped it off yesterday. They were finally able, they got the parts in, and as you can see there, second key as well, and they were able to fix it. So here's what everything that they replaced. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so parts, all covered under warranty. When I dropped the car off the first time about a month ago for them to fix it, and they couldn't because they had the wrong part, I told the guy, that's fine, water under the bridge, but can you help me get my second key? And so whatever he did, he was able to get the second key and for me, and took care of that when I dropped it off yesterday. I think that's pretty much it. The other portions of the paperwork are just about the second key, etc. But yeah, you can see there only the one issue so far. Not a big deal. Honestly, when they took it apart and put it back together the first time, because when they took it apart, realized they didn't have the correct parts and put it back together, and told me I had to come back. It stopped rattling at that point. Whatever they did when they put it back together, even though they didn't have the new parts in there, it did stop rattling. But anyway, I still wanted to make sure they had the new parts, the correct parts in there, functioning parts. So all that's taken care of now. One of the things I'm not crazy about are in the soft techs, and sorry, the car's a little dirty, is if you can see here, these little tiny holes that are in the seats, and I'm not sure if the leather seats have these same perforations in them or not, but they got these little, I guess to kind of help vent your back or bottom while you're sitting in there. But you can see sometimes, if you got kids and they're back here eating or whatever, dirt on them, they get stuck down in the holes, and you can see them. And I can't get them out. I mean, easily get them out. Maybe I could take some tape to it or something, or try and pick them out individually, but that's kind of annoying. So just be aware of that. That's something that I think they could probably improve on. The tires so far, 30,000 miles in, these have the Michelin's on them, the Michelin Primacy all seasons. Great so far. I did get a leak in one of them. I think I ran over a screw at one point, but was able to get that fixed, and no issues. And the ride is great. Like I'll tell you, they put me in a 2023 Highlander, not a Grand Highlander, but a 2023 Highlander, while I was while they were doing the work on the vehicle yesterday. And I will tell you, this rides much, in my opinion, and I know the Highlander is a great car, so this isn't a knock on the Highlander, but just comparing, trying to be as objective as possible, this rides so much better than the Highlander. The Grand Highlander rides much better, in my opinion, than the Highlander does. And I don't know if that's because it just feels like a tighter suspension. The Highlander, the regular Highlander, in my opinion, had a little bit of a roll and a bounce feel to it compared to the Grand Highlander. So comparing the two, if you're in the market and you're trying to determine which one may be better for you, from a ride standpoint, this one all day long, the Grand Highlander, I think, is a much crisp and tight ride, if that makes sense. Not a whole lot of roll or bounce to it. Let me think. That about covers it. If you haven't gotten your key yet, because I know that, I mean, we were 11 months without our second key. If you haven't gotten it yet, I would call the dealership. This is not the dealership. Orsman Toyota is not the dealership I bought it from. They're just the one that's closest to me. I actually bought mine from Pachelis down in North Carolina. But he was able to, the serviceman that I worked with was able to get that second key for me. It does not come with, and I don't know why, I didn't even notice this till I got home, but it does not come with the, what would you call it, the valet key. So the valet key, this is the original key. It has the, let's see, give me a second, I'll see if I can pull it out for you. There we go. So you can see that slides out. So that's you can manually unlock the car, I think, on the other side over there, and the glove box. So if you've got stuff in the glove box and you're valeting it or whatever, you just want to lock the glove box, that's how you do it. This one did not come with that. I assume it didn't come with it because these are unique to each vehicle, and they would have had to have cut that. And I'm not sure if they have the ability to do that at the dealership or not. I'm guessing not, and that's why it wasn't included. But anyway, not a big deal to me. We don't valet our cars hardly ever. So anyway, but yeah, that's the update. Overall, we're thrilled with the car, and we've got a lot of, I'd say, a decent amount of miles on it now, close to 30,000 miles on it, and it's been great. No mechanical issues other than that front strut assembly being repaired. And yeah, I would definitely recommend this vehicle for folks who are in the market for kind of that full size, I don't know, SUV, or, you know, not quite a SUV, but yeah, it's been great so far. So anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section, and I'll do my best to try and answer them. Thanks.